Guys, Portal Master 9351 here, and I'm going to be bringing you some more in-depth look at and talk about some of the new info that was revealed at E3. Now, part of this video will take place right here at my desk looking at me, and part of this video will take place looking at some of the visual stuff on the computer. So first off, I'm going to start off with, while I'm here, the stuff that you do not need visuals for, or there are no visuals for. So, the standalone info, the hub is called the Academy, and it basically starts out as a small area, and it expands as you continue throughout the game, so it's sounding a lot more like, whatever the hub world was called in Spyro's Adventure is what it's sounding like. Swap Force Woodboro was more like the original hub, but it still kind of lacked the fact that, more areas would unlock. I know that there was that one area with the fishing pool that, it unlocked at like chapter 5 or something, but, Callie is back. It's not known right now if she'll have a main role, but on one of the Family Gamer TV videos, you could see her walking by, and so, yeah. Captain Dreadbeard is back, and he's going to teach you how to play a brand new game called Skystone's Attack. Skystone's Attack is basically, Skystone's completely reinvented. So, on the board, there are 3 slots for cards over here, and 3 slots for cards over here. And so, you start out with 10 health, and so does the opponent. You have cards with certain attack and health values, and basically, if you play a card over here, your opponent plays a card over here, and at the end of the turn, they clash, and basically, damage is dealt, damage is taken, and the eventual goal is to get it to where the opponent has no creatures themselves to block, and then your creatures can attack. So some of these are villains, and some of these are regular characters. So, I think one of the cards was Chompy Mage, one might have been Wolfgang, maybe? I can't remember. Anyways, Skystone's Attack is a lot like Magic the Gathering, and I would recommend looking up Magic the Gathering if you'd like to kind of understand how it works, or you can just look at Family Gamer TV's video. So there's a new enemy called Goo Chompies, and basically they're these big chompies, like 3-4 times the size of a regular chompy. They are a darker green, and basically they walk up to your Skylander and they turn into a puddle of goo. And it's slowing, and it's very easy for chompies to completely mob you while you're slowed down. Excuse me, Lock Goblins are back, in a very different way. Instead of rotating the Lock Goblin now has a jetpack. And so, he's not a very good pilot, so if you press the up button, he'll go up until he runs into something. Same thing with down, side to side. So, basically, there are different blocks. There is fire, and if you touch fire, you will be returned to the spawn point. There are breakable blocks, where if you run into it multiple times, they will break. Let's see, there are, bouncy triangles, and if you hit them like it's a right triangle, if he lands down, he'll go this way, boom, 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 like that. There were these little silver coin things that you could collect. I don't know what they were for, though. They were probably money once you completed the Lock Goblin challenge. And you can also collect water to, extinguish the fire on the map. And also, just a kind of important note, in 2-player mode, there will be 2 Lock Goblins, and they can bounce off each other, so you can kind of come up with unconventional ways to complete the level. Also, it might also be worth noting that there are multiple stages in the Lock Goblin, locks. They did not look as hard as the ones in Spyro's Adventure and Giants. So next up, villain upgrades. Villains will be upgradable, but in a different way, a very different way than Skylanders. There will be hidden throughout the map, or the world, really, all the, levels, people that you can go and talk to, and you can get a mission. And when you complete the mission, that villain character gets an upgrade. And it's a permanent upgrade, and it's a one-time thing. But you've got to look hard for these people. So now, a villain time limit has been implemented, and basically you can play as a villain for 30 seconds, and then the villain has to go rest again. They have completely eliminated the health bar on villains, and basically it starts out with a 30-second time bar. Excuse me, if you swap to a villain for 5 seconds, it takes 5 seconds off the timer, and then you can switch back, and it still has 25 seconds. Well, starting is when it goes in there, it will recharge. And basically, the time will carry over as to how long you can use the villain. So if you use him for 15 seconds, he has 15 seconds remaining. You let him charge up for 10 seconds, you pop him back out, he has 25 seconds of use time, if that makes sense to you. So I'm going to go over the new traps when I look at the computer. Let's see. Villain information. Buzzer, well, let me start off with saying there is now theme music for each villain. When they enter, there's this theme music that kind of fits each one of them. Let me straighten up the iPad. There we go. That kind of fits each one of them. So, like, Buzzerbeak's, music is like, it's really light. Buzzerbeak's attacks are honestly a lot like Chopper's attacks, except without the dino, the rockets and the propeller stuff. Let's see, Broccoli Guy is like this quirky little theme music. He's a support character, as I mentioned in the video I did earlier today. And they have battle cries now, the villains do when you send them in. I couldn't quite catch Buzzerbeak's. He said something, but I couldn't catch it. I can't remember what it was, what it even sounded like. Broccoli Guy's battle cry, however, is, "Broccoli Guy rules!" Like that. Let's see. There's a new villain that was revealed called Pinata. I covered him in the earlier video. He is a magic character. His battle cry or catchphrase, you can call it either one, is "Who wants candy?" He has like this fiesta music, like da 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 da. That's a horrible interpretation of fiesta music. But it's kind of like Hispanic music, like culture you would like, music that you might find in, Central America, basically. So he has lollipop hammers, and he can barf candy and small piñatas, which he can then smash with his lollipop hammer, exploding them. Wolfgang's battle cry is, "Get ready to rock!" And so he has this, I guess you can call it death metal harp, and he can go, and these black notes of death with skulls on them just fly out towards enemies. He can also do like one of those 80s knee slide things, like, and just bash into all these people. He was doing like 400 damage to these guys. I mean, the villain's power is amazingly, extremely powerful. And he also had some melee attacks. He could like slash with his harp, and he like jumped at one point and slammed it down. So there's a new character named Jawbreaker, not Jailbreaker like I thought it was, Jawbreaker, and his catchphrase is, "Down for the count!" He can punch like a rock'em sock'em robot. It's not like a boom, enunciated punch. It's like that. He can jump, and then he can like punch the ground. And he can also energize himself. And when he energizes himself, it's kind of like wind-up, but it speeds him up. And so then he goes, really fast, really fast. His speed doubles. And when he does that ground slam thing, he basically he creates these little orbs. A lot of electrical orbs. And when he does that normally, I'm assuming it's an upgrade, a few orbs can kind of come around, but when he's energized and he does that, tons of these little electrical orbs just go around and fry all these enemies. So yeah, I believe that's all the information that I can do right now, while I'm in here, so I'll be right back, guys, on my computer. See you in just a second, guys. Hi guys, this video kind of ran a little long. It was 9 minutes. I didn't expect for it to be that long, so I'm actually going to do a completely separate video on the traps and character artwork, so stay tuned to my channel for more information. This has been PortalMaster9351. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time, guys, for realsies this time. Goodbye.